The Tale of Little Billy and the Golden Apple. Once upon a time, in a small town named Harmonyville, there lived a little boy named Billy. Billy was a cheerful and lively boy, loved by all for his playful demeanor. He had a peculiar fondness for apples, and often fantasized about a magical tree that grew golden apples. One day, while he was playing in the forest, he stumbled upon an unusual apple tree, glowing and gleaming under the bright sun. He couldn't believe his eyes. It was a tree that bore golden apples. The apples were the most delicious thing Billy had ever tasted. Excited about his find, Billy decided to take some of the golden apples home to share with his friends. He took a bag and filled it with as many apples as he could carry. The next day, when Billy met his friends at the playground, he announced, "I found a magical tree in the forest that grows golden apples. They are the sweetest apples you will ever taste." His friends were amazed and eager to try these apples. Billy distributed the golden apples to his friends, and just as he promised, they found them to be extraordinarily delicious. They all thanked Billy and asked him where they could find this magical tree. But Billy, wanting to keep the golden apples all to himself, told them, "I'm sorry, but I've forgotten where the tree is." Days turned into weeks, and Billy continued to bring golden apples to his friends. However, as time passed, the magical tree started bearing fewer apples. Billy knew that the apples were depleting, but he was too afraid to tell his friends, fearing they would be upset with him. One day, the magical tree didn't bear any golden apples at all. Billy was dismayed. He had promised his friends golden apples, but he had none to give. Feeling ashamed and embarrassed, he decided to paint regular apples gold and give them to his friends. The next day at the playground, Billy handed out the painted apples. His friends took a bite, and their faces turned from excitement to confusion. These apples were nowhere near as sweet as the golden ones. Billy had to confess. He admitted to painting the apples gold, and about the scarcity of the golden apples. His friends felt hurt and betrayed. They were more upset about Billy's dishonesty than the absence of golden apples. Billy felt guilty and was heartbroken to have disappointed his friends. He realized that his fear of losing the apples had led him to lie and be dishonest. Billy decided to make amends. He confessed to his friends about his selfishness and apologized sincerely. He promised to take them to the magical tree, even if it had no golden apples left. He realized that his friends' trust was more important than any golden apple. His friends appreciated his honesty and forgave him. They went to the magical tree, and to their surprise, it had a few golden apples. It seemed that the tree bore fruit when there was honesty and sharing. From that day forward, Billy was always honest with his friends. Not just in words, but in his actions, too. He realized that honesty is more precious than any golden apple. This experience taught Billy and his friends the importance of honesty, and that the truth is always the best path, even when it seems difficult. And so they all lived honestly and happily ever after. The end. The story of Billy and the golden apple reminds us that honesty is the best policy. Dishonesty might seem like an easy way out, but it always leads to unhappiness. Being honest in our words and actions is an essential part of building trust and maintaining healthy relationships.